Alright. Wait for the start recording button to transform into a stop recording button.
Previously, during the investigation, these puppies are.
Oh yeah, these bits. I forgot about these.
The boondocks again.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
Welcome.
They're only like marginally helpful about remembering what you were last doing.
Definitely something in this town. You feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it.
Like, that shows your arrival in town and all, but that's like chapter 1. It doesn't mention anything about anything that happened afterward. Alright. Yeah, the crime scene. Written in blood. I don't know if I just eat plates of smoked salmon found in rusty shitholes, but you know, as you do. Alright, more lollipops, might as well. How many do we have on us, actually? Or maybe I sound a bit off, I'm a bit throaty today. I could build up the first stock of those, actually. Like, goddamn. I'm not gonna build all up to 20, don't worry. Just... yeah, one more, why not? They will come in super handy later on, though. Well, maybe. Oh yeah, we have this now. Which we're not going to use much of right now, in part because it's just really good to have something that drills a lot of shots. You know, mainly for surprise bosses, but we'll get to that. Well, that's just me. Great. Headshot. I guess weapon ones do take 2 headshots. Even if... I guess it counts as blocking, even if you cut the head from the side. Alright, this.
Bullseye. Bullseye.
Or was a neck shot, maybe. I don't know. These can be fine things. Pretty sure we just have to press on through this whole section, gather clues as we go instead of lingering around the whole room. If I remember right. It has been genuinely years.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah, they're cosmically rude. If they just, he sort of did, then immediately got back up for being knocked into his own vomit pit. Hey. Thank you for waiting.
Great. Bullseye.
Forgot we took out the max amount of bullets. Clean up my inventory though, hard rude.
Yes. Great.
And the maxes on everything, aren't we? That's right, because I put that away, or one of the melee weapons away to fit the submachine gun. I have steel pipes, 2 steel pipes. I think I can throw the one I'm carrying. Yeah, there we go. That's fairly important. That noise does recur more than I thought it did. Any tools handy? Oh, look at that solid block texture go. Bless its soul. I time to walk through mystery hell floor. Oh, we actually get to see what being attacked looks like. Tries to fit its hand down for some reason. The colors are distinctly different than they were on the Xbox 360 version at least. I remember a lot more green. It was like more how do you put it? Infrared, I guess? Hello, my son. Yes, hello. Sleeping on the landing until I began talking. What? No?
Great. Great. Yes. Amazing.
Amazing. Oops. Too fast on that trigger, bro. Ah, shit. Hitbox, please disintegrate. Hello. Oh. Pretty sure you didn't need to gather all the clues in that one room. Even so far as the clues are across the rest of the facility. I'm pretty sure it would not let you progress until you had all of them anyway. Yeah, it wouldn't. That's why the profiling seems to work. They're all plot related. Checking corners. It is quite faint, but that should be, like, you know, audible. Well, one for later. You can get some glorious melee weapons in this. There is a katana somewhere, and I remember one of the side quests will give you a guitar. I think an electric guitar specifically. Which is meant to be something you return to someone as an item, but you can just keep it and use it as a melee weapon. I forget if it had like invincible like had infinite durability, or if it was just really tough. That's right, Deadly Premonition did it first. Eat shit, PT. Checking the textures on those Idaho. And we step away from the implications of abortion.
Bullseye.
Oh, we can't hold any more in the inventory either.
Bullseye.
Maybe not, because I could have sworn that we would have got another clue by now. So I don't know if the mic can pick that up, but this is the sound of my cat washing himself. I'm more or less going to stop like by 10:30, because I've got some things to do tonight. We'll need the bit before bed to do them in.
Amazing.
Oops.
Great. Great.
Again, you can use your gun for this, it's just faster to use melee weapons though. Even with their decay. We have to climb.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah, you basically have to shoot them to break the guard and
Yes. Bullseye.
then the headshots come. We can fit more crowbars though. Probably that's like our crowbar limit though. Keep dry. We got a blood pusher. We have it all in Deadly Premonition. I was hoping to see it smash. It's actually better for us to break this though. You'll see why. It's quite some view you got on there. York? I keep saying Zach, because he keeps saying Zach, but it's Francis York Morgan. I guess technically it is also Zach, isn't it? Because we're gazing through. Guess what's gonna happen after you check the thing. Combat arena.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Nice shot. Bullseye. Yes.
It seemed like a body shot kind of there.
Yes.
Ah, there we go. Yep, covered in Weeball. Can't see it for the day. Yeah, I remember you. This one was also just kind of obvious.
Nice shot.
Alright, I'm good again. There's reflections on the toilet, like there's a fog or mist coming out of that toilet. Like, damn, what load did you dump in there? Hey. That was pretty good proctor, I guess.
Amazing.
Do you remember one of the toilets was like, oh, touch this and bad thing happens? Some of the other ones might be items, but like, you know, not in the particular like craze for them.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. Amazing. Yes.
Absolutely. I don't think we've like taken. We would need to take a wee bit more damage to get like a health kit. Even the small ones, use worth it. Oh, we're absolutely gonna drink strange rust-covered coffee.
Bullseye.
Snapping a little bit.
Great. Amazing. Amazing.
Curious so I can knock him out of it into like a flipped over animation. But no. Again, I was hoping I could just break it by pushing against the wall. I was tricked. You didn't just get on that, but you might as well keep pressing on. There you go. He's curly, he's asleep now. With the eyes closed and all. Well. That's right. I remember there is a clue on the lift itself, if I remember right. Or a lift in here, anyway. Alright, is what we need the gearbox for. Yeah. He slowly comes back to me. And I think that is actually a wee bit fat. No. We're taking that in just 2 swings. That's like 2 swings is still faster than that many shots. These textures take me back to like the Wii and PS2 days. I kind of miss that level of visual fidelity and at times janky effects and so on. I have much nostalgia for the PS2 GameCube days. Anyway.
Huh?
Hand through solid wall. Damaged red hair, you say?
Hey, come here.
I mean, I feel like this one is clear enough from just the first clue you get. And it's kind of filled in so many of them by itself, honestly.
Yes. Nice shot.
With the drama. Really, when you see an elevator, especially one like this, in a game, it really is just, if it's not a beat 'em up, just get in the corner. If it's a beat 'em up, just stand with it. Well, I guess we're locked up here. Pardon me. I believe this will be a wee bit critical because there is a... The sequence might come after you've fully profiled, actually. That or, like, you only get it at the very end. The full... No, I think it is at the full profile. Comes at the very end. You get the last clue from that full sequence. If I'm remembering things right. But, you know, liable to not be. I mean, an enemy that just intangibly tries to fit itself down your throat hand first is like a good way of hiding physical damage on your investigator character who's in the hell world when there's humans who can't see the hell world. He's like intangibly closer to death, and they can't tell, but he knows. He feels it. Whereas really, everyone who sees a Resident Evil character should know what the hell they've been through by looking at them. I think most of these shots have actually just not been counted as direct headshots. Oh, that is. I haven't been paying attention to the headshot reward flag appearing.
Nice shot.
That clearly is. Oh yes, this room. I remember this. Need to go find a doorknob. Nah, it's like a real horror game.
Nice shot. Bullseye.
The game was at least pretty good about always giving you, like, lollipops in the save zone, so you always keep your food meter up, beds to keep your sleep meter up, crowbars, the brick boxes and shit in rooms. There is, like, actual design considerations going on here. It's just everything else was a bit beyond their developmental ability. Design considerations that sometimes a game will just forget. And when that happens, you just be like, how the fuck? Or why the hell? I wonder what we...
Great.
And they're all over this, I know. It's just... Oh, that's a lucky drop. Except for that one the hospital screwed us out of.
Yes. Great.
Just the matter-of-fact way he goes, grit, whenever you strike one down. Actually, I think we do want that popped open. I don't know a lot of specifics, but the main thing to take away is you want a clear run, as clear a run as possible. Like, as few obstacles in your way as you can get away with. Cat breeze.
Bullseye. Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can run. You can do this stuff.
Great.
Yeah, just said
Great.
That probably should have been a little bit obvious from the way I've been talking about needing to keep the areas I've come through clear. Oops. Such a puzzle. I like that they gave you the time limit and all. Doorknob. The symbol does change if I remember right, so you know. There's at least that. It's not always shoot the same one, but honestly it might as well be. There are later iterations of this, of course, where you have more than one, but, you know.
Nice shot. Bullseye.
Forgot which trigger was doing it. Left trigger.
Nice shot.
Classy. I mean, you say so.
Huh?
Why are you shocked by that, York? A lot of red going on here. Like it's a recurring theme. Ooh, that must have sucked. The nail breaking off like that. Granted as a fake one, but still, you can glue those on, don't you? At any rate. Well knocked. I mean, yeah, it probably isn't as painful as being killed and all. But it does suck. We're not even holding our breath. He's just not paying attention. Well, this takes a real new with it, then that's a bitch. Ah, that's a pleasant image. Come on. Our haunting lad likes his milk, his coffee and milk what? Like his coffee all milky, but his sandwich is made of turkey. The turkey sandwich thing is always, because it comes up later, always made me curious. Because they talk about it like it's some sort of unholy godsend. And it is like a superb food item and all. I'm just kind of wondering, is it really that accurate? Or I just swear he just got a really weird preference? Forget. So go back and check. Just so I don't exactly remember how it goes. Might as well cover our entire bases. Yeah, it's still a bit tight. Wag, wag. I do love how he runs, just dragging the axe against the ground, though. This is a really cool way to make an axe seem threatening. Not that they aren't threatening, but you know what I mean. The dramatic step up, step down. Definitely not gonna make a comment with the axe sharpie point bit. Sharp pointy bit even. It has been a day and a half. You know, you're just gonna get the stick. Killed him so hard his portal died with him.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Amazing.
Interesting that the lock-on doesn't pop on for padlocks. Tried it there to be a bit faster.
Yes.
Completely flew up on this. Yep.
Bullseye. Great.
Here we go. I think. Yeah, this is the room, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Alright. Oops. How dare. I like the thing that he doesn't actually need to call anyone when he does use the phone to save. He just, you know, goes through the motion and that saves for him. How dare you, good sir?
I see you.
We have to go to the door first. Hello, Mamley. Peekaboo. In. I don't think the mod icon changed. This bit gave me the absolute shits when I played it for the first time, like far more than a lot of full tilt horror games managed. Kept pressing the wrong trigger. Yeah, I get that. Pressing R or pressing ZL instead of ZR. It looks brighter and the sword looks broader. I do love this though, the whole like seeing his like through his eyes in the corner and all that. It's fucking rad. There are a few hiding spots, but I'm pretty sure there's a hiding. There's at least one other hiding spot, and he will just always get you if you use it. I don't remember offhand. I just remember like dying to something like that once. Might have been trying to hide under the bed. And of course, he can see under there. Or it was that, under the table. One of the two. Something like that. No, he didn't see the monkey squirrels during the first stream. I don't think anyone was on for the monkey squirrels. Monkey squirrels are a VOD-only treat now. I do love his design though, like fucking look at him. Finished Divine Divinity. Hey. Did you at least manage to have like fun with the divine powers on some of the bosses, or? Completely businesslike. Pulse just sinks like a rock. More or less instantly, he's fine.
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
You don't have to lie to me, York. I know you about shit yourself in there, I don't blame you. Alright. Somewhere along here is when it happens. Forget, was there something in the poo gas water? Might have been through here. Or is it just gone? Alright. Maybe there isn't, I'm just misremembering. Hi, buddy. This is another bit that about give me the shits when I play this. Oh, you absolute piece of fuck. Why are you pushing it instead of just going around it, you madman? Still gives me the shits even now. Did I not break all these? I think I'm just crazy, or I missed a bunch of them. One of the two. Like his muscles, you have to flex on him as you flee, because otherwise, what's the point, really? I think this is his top speed. Whoa. Man, don't be cheeky. Or not. Maybe it is. Having to do the Mario Party thing of putting the hand on the stick and rocking it back and forward. Just to try and like reach optimal speed. Apologies for the noise, by the way. Whoop. Oh, he's gonna grab me again. Yep. What are you doing? Get up. Do it with the left hand now, which is not as coordinated as you might expect. I love that. Stop playing with your joystick, absolute self. Look, my stream, my rules, okay? This is a place where we play with our sticks. The sparks of joy. Anyway, let's go. How dare.
Great. Amazing.
This was a safe space. This is a joy space. It's a safe space for me. Engage joystick. Thump. A bit early. He loves this particular move. Rip. I hit X instead of Y because they're flipped on the Xbox controller. I forgot that die voice. The sassy finger wag, of course. I mean, that's a damn good move, though. Like, tell me you're not compelled to do it every time you see it. That fucking swing stance, man. It's fucking running at you like it was a spear, not an axe. Get him. My god. the matching. The matching quote. Really, that's what he's saying under his breath every time he does. Of a red raincoat. Activate. Brain. I did read that, but I don't know if I read it aloud, that all 6 bosses are, after becoming divine, are immune against divine death. It's just that said, like, just, oh, come on. What's the point of becoming a literal divine if you can't just divinely gank everyone and everything? Another cool idea that the game didn't let me do. Divine ability that lets you teleport to everywhere you can see in a certain radius, and there's a major ability that lets you see wherever on the map you click. Went around the castle of the final boss, and the backside I went up to his room, which is on the other
That's
side
all
of the
the
wall.
information we need, Zach.
Used the
go
image
back and show them
eye
what
to
we
look
found.
inside, tried to teleport inside, so I completely skipped the area. Didn't work. Ah, like, yeah, that's another one where, like, it's a combination of abilities. It takes a bit, like, you know, ingenuity to, like, put together, I would argue. So, again, there's something that I would allow to work if I were designing it. Because, like, come on. If someone's wily enough to think up how to, like, pair those abilities together, you should let them be as cheeky as they want.
Have you seen any of these things before?
No, not that I know of. But that raincoat is a little odd.
Odd. In a town where it rains so much?
Well, the people here rarely go out in the rain. I moved here during high school, and I never really understood why. Can you shed some light on this, George?
Oh, well, there's an old story. Folklore. It's a fairy tale, to me. Something about a killer in a raincoat who appears on rainy nights.
A
Vicious
bit
killer
pertinent.
in a bright red raincoat. Yeah, that was it. Just a foolish piece of superstition. A rubbish story someone made up. Not many people still believe it, but I guess it's a traditional place. Most of the shops still close up when it rains. School's out too.
Oh man, imagine like being in a place where it
Since
rains
there's
a
no
lot
reason to
and
go
school's
out,
out every time it rains.
Not many people ever wear raincoats.
Granted, it is like the
And now
countryside, so
raincoat
like what the hell do you
killer is
do?
Left out from his picture book. Oh, by the way, would you two kindly show me your backs?
Our backs? Is this related to the case?
The person with the upside-down peace mark in that photo we found. He's our killer.
And what makes you so sure about that?
Zach and I saw him kill Anna in the lumber mill. He killed her. Right in there.
Yeah, we would
Oh,
never have
one
gone
thing.
to school if that was the rule
Please
here.
don't ask me about Zach. That's a private matter.
Private matter.
Anyway, by showing me your backs, we can clear up most of my concerns about you. Isn't that for the best? You do want to remove yourselves from the suspect list.
I feel
It will
like
make
if you're
things a
going
lot
off of the
easier.
photo, you would pick
This is
George
insane.
for sure,
Your
just
methods
through
are
sheer
rude,
build.
insulting, and out of the question. And Emily is a female officer. Forcing her to show you her back is harassment. I don't care if you are FBI or not. You are out of line.
George, it's okay. Let's just show him and get it over with.
Emily, are you crazy?
Look, we flash our backs and he'll start trusting us a little more. Right? Agent York?
You cracked the case before it began. It's just pouring it. Look at that 2D texture back. That fuck 480p backline. Fuck
Are
yeah.
you satisfied now?
Yes. My apologies.
Now you, George.
Whoops.
Yeah,
Forgot about that.
okay. I can't refuse it now, can I? But don't expect to get your way
Only
all the
music
time,
for her back.
Agent Morgan.
And it's just the theist of the baby Jesus on George's back.
George!
Good lord.
What are these scars?
Just like your Mr. Zack.
About chicken. Wow.
Something private. I don't have to tell you about it.
Of course. Just like Zach. We can understand that, right, Zach?
I can indeed.
Anyway, this
Man
will
goes
make things a lot easier.
clubbing on the weekends.
I'm glad to say
That's
you're both pretty much
clubbing
on the hook.
with a C and a H.
Thank you for your cooperation.
If anyone is suspicious around here, it's him. He's the most suspicious.
No, I don't think so. But he certainly is the most irritating.
Damn.
We've studied the crime scene. You know what we have to do next, Zach.
George, can we arrange to have the townfolk gather in one
I have to
place?
stare at their
There are
backs.
some things I want to address with the townfolk.
Very well. I'll arrange to have as many as possible gather in the community center tomorrow.
Thank you, George.
George. That massive deflation on George. Orgy time. Nothing gives you an alibi quite like an orgy.
Welcome back, everyone.
Thomas.
Ah,
Agent Morgan,
Thomas, you
past
fuck.
2100. Let's meet up again at the community center tomorrow. I haven't been sleeping much since this all started, to be honest. I'm exhausted.
I was just about to suggest the same thing.
I'll make arrangements for people to gather between 1500 and 1700. I'll try and get as many people as I can to come, so don't be late, okay? Don't be late.
I'll be there.
Yeah, sure.
The community center's on the south side. I've marked it on your map.
Thanks, Thomas.
Well then, see you tomorrow.
Get in. Oop. There we go. Particularly need this to escape this car park in particular, because it's just a special kind of hell to me in first person. Back with just us in York, which means
Joel Gray's daughter is, of course.
movie chat.
That's right, Jennifer Grey. You knew that, right, Zach?
Jennifer Grey. She's in one of my most favorite movies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 1986, directed by John Hughes. That one was so 80s.
I don't even
Zach,
think
you're
this
not
is
the
a
most
road, but
cheerful
fuck
guy,
it.
I know. But you really do like those cheerful movies.
We used to love those teenage movies back then, didn't we? Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink, St. Elmo's Fire, and Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
St. Elmo's
That last
Fire.
one was in 1982, directed by Amy Heckerling. Now that was an impressive film. You've got Sean Penn in the lead, with Jennifer Jason Leigh and Phoebe Cates, not to mention Nicolas Cage and Forrest Whitaker were in it too.
There we go, we
The
mentioned
original
Nicolas
book
Cage by
was
name.
written by Cameron Crowe. How could that not be a great film?
I know, right?
Do you remember, Zach?
It's like, okay, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, there's that one, and then there's just, he lists off all these other ones. It's like, well, shit.
That's right, it was from Missile Command. That stuck in my head for a while. The memories. I feel like I have a lot of movies to catch up on.
You're telling
Just hope
me.
we can get to the end of this case soon. Then maybe we can catch up on a few.
Give some thought about what movie you want to see next, Zach.
I don't know, I want to see it exactly, but I get the feeling it'll probably be Star Wars Episode 9. The ever-growing pile. Daily Premonition is just one big giant movie recommendation list. This is watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I would have died. Imagine if he did put something like that. He got the rights to like bits of audio from the movie so he could make a little cutscene. Well beyond the budget of this game, but you know, wouldn't have been great. Pick something like Manos the Hands of Fate or something that's in like fucking public domain. He was very good, but the final area was a bit frustrating. In addition to not being used Divine Death on bosses, the final area is just a huge place with a bunch of generic enemies. Not a specific problem with Divine Divinity. Many games, especially old RPGs, make the final area just a bigger version of a normal dungeon. Yeah, a lot of them. It's I imagine it's because like by that point they're not entirely sure how to make an exciting climax dungeon, so they're kind of like, just stuff it, make it big, and stuff it with as much enemies as possible. Yeah. I mean, it's also like a thing where like,
Okay, Zach. I've been thinking about what movie I'd like to watch next.
you know, like a lot of games,
And
especially
finally
in
I've made a
those
decision.
days, and
It's
RPGs
always
as well,
hard
just
to
had
narrow it
trouble
down just to
ending at
one
all.
movie, but I've put a lot of thought into this, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. 1975.
That's the community
Directed by
center.
Steven
We
Spielberg
need to go to a
himself.
hotel.
The grandfather of panic movies. Set in a small town in Massachusetts. That movie made me stay away from the beach for
Can you
years.
guess the movie?
I was always afraid that a hand might come floating up. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah? It's Jaws. The underwater camera work accompanied by that John Williams music. I'd never been that scared by a movie before. But the best thing about it is that it isn't just another panic movie. The mayor who won't close the beach even when there are so many victims. Chief Brody putting the citizens' lives above all else. The film gave a lot of time to the dispute and friction between them. It certainly had a lot of messages for a 2-hour film. That's probably another reason why it was such a
Fucking
record-breaking hit.
Jennies.
One of my regrets in life is that I didn't see it at the movie theater. I guess I was still just a child back then.
In some places, behind the rerun Jaws by now.
Taste that terror
That's like
in
a
real
summer
time.
thing at least, surely.
That reminds me, Zach. Did you know this one?
Jaws also appears in another movie that was produced by Spielberg, the second Back to the Future. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis, who later made Forrest Gump. That's also a masterpiece, of course, but we'll discuss that another time.
Of course.
So, the scene where Jaws appears is right after Marty McFly goes 30 years into the future. He passes by a movie
What
theater
a surprise.
and is attacked by a holographic shark. Marty is shocked, of course, but looking closer, he sees the words, Jaws Part 19. The director is credited as Steven Spielberg Jr. In reality, there were actually only 4 Jaws movies. It was still a
Still
great
waiting
show.
for that one to like
30
come
years from
real at some
1985
cosmic
will be
point. We've already passed
2015.
over the movie's deadline, but you know.
We'll be there pretty soon.
I wonder what life would be like by then, Zach.
Anyway. Hell is we need to take like the other outside road. Whoops. Other outside road, remember that. Where are you, hotel? Whoops. It's on one of these perimeters. No. I believe this should be it, right? Yeah. No, that's Forrest Jim. Leda. Hello, Emma. That's the mill. Yeah, it is the time of year, especially for shit needing to be done. So, snow station, you hotel. Where are you? No, because Polly will be in it, wouldn't you? Hey, another tell time in German. Muses Gallery. How's the hotel go? I'm just wandering around the map at this point. There's Emily's house. Farm, which is purely like side area. To be fair, a lot of it's purely side area. The junkyard is purely like side quest zone. Cope's Tunnel, which is a combat arena, if I remember right. Yep, that's the lumber mill again. Whoops. Just made a noise like a little grunt in his sleep. Noria today. How are you finding it? Still need to get around to that, just in that developers, because they're not the same series, remember, right? That developers works in general. Bergamo Farm. Trying to follow the boss, got mad at it. That's the hospital. There we go. That's not what here we are. So, right, left, right. Take the one, follow the big long one, take the right, and there you go. It's great, just don't go for flaws and bosses. Fair. Definitely harder than Momodera. haven't played any of them, so I have Momodora, either or, on PS4 and I think also Steam. Momodora, I'm pretty sure Momodora 3 is on Steam as well, isn't it? Is the developer just sell all 4 of them or whatever anywhere? Or are they all on Steam or all on all platforms or whatever? 3 is indeed on Steam. Yeah. It's simple. I mean, that's fine. Like, it's my whole thing of, like, if I'm going to play it, I do kind of want to, like, start from the earliest point and creep up. So that's just how I am. Ooh. 3 Steam. Yeah. Seen it all, but I think it'll probably come to Switch eventually.
No, nothing. Just
This
my
is what York
imagination.
says when he's out of present dialogue. No idea Steam Google games as of now. It's probably do a console port at some point. Yeah, I might as well grab it on one of those. You're driving too slow. I am an officer of the grand law. Actually is on Switch. Oh well, fuck me then. BRB dinner. I'll have to see about Momodora 1 and 2 then, just out of, you know, I guess artistic, like, critical curiosity.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today.
1500 tomorrow.
Just think of talking in front of all
Good
those
sir.
people. What do you think, Zach? It's going to get...
Rip.
Oh, hi.
Three sets of coffee, and then also stabilizers so you can just destroy yourself. Cigarettes are used for speeding through time because each shit in Metal Gear we did it first. I'm gonna buy a donut for $20. We're gonna buy another donut. So we can hold 2, and 2 will fill us up. We'll have to tend to that at some point. $120 for 6 fish attempts worth of worms. Also for giggles, eat some cheddar cheese. It'll be unmarked and it's an actual model, but you know, just have to make sure sometimes. Alright. Before going to bed, eat the cheddar. Doesn't boost as much as I thought it would, so eat some pickles while you're at it. So remember, sleeping big at times is a bit destructive towards your food meter. might as well do the 12. Yeah, there it is. Don't you worry, York, we're sorted on that front. Donuts, crackers, and lollipops. The finest breakfast known to man. I mean, I suppose we could have also just driven into town and, like, you know, bought shit at the various bars and restaurants, but, you know. We might as well live like a piece of shit while we're on this, while we're here. Might as well change suit while I'm at it. It's very dirty. Good night, a workaholic. Hello, Frankenstein. Doing pretty well today. Bit tired because of work, but you know, otherwise. No windows in here, but the lightning persists all the same. This is a game on the Switch, yes. This is Deadly Premonition. It's also on PC and past-gen consoles. Deadly Premonition 2 is currently earmarked as a Switch exclusive, although I imagine that won't last. But it will be like a Switch game first and then on everything else after. That's right, there's not much anything in there. We're an FBI agent. Detective Francis York Morgan. We got crimes to solve and things to do. Welcome back, Emma. Unbelievably delicious turkey sandwich. That's right, that eats my police car, doesn't it? I just moved it over here. I think the last thing, what was the last thing we said? Hammers came in. Yeah, the last thing we were talking about was the endpoints of old RPGs, in particular being just, you know, low points instead of high points, because the final dungeons are just overly long regular dungeons.
Zach, if you notice anything, just stop me.
Might as well go. Actually, it's raining, so the car wash isn't gonna be on, is it? It's a single player game. Like, the character is just a FBI agent. Suspect. Anything? I don't. The fact that it's not lit up tells me it's probably not open. That's but there is another police car. Let's double back to that. Contemptible room. over to the car as actual fuel limit. Flash of lightning, we have our poncho on, and then back off again. That's better. I would have thought the nearest fishing spot. Right here, actually. So I'm gonna go to the toilet, and when I'm back, let's do that to kill a few hours. A few endgame hours. Be right back. Alright. Run this. Criticism in the head is the controls are a bit wonky since picking up items, moving and attacking enemies are all left click. But often the areas where you can click on something is very exact. Try to click on a shelf, but you click between two boards. On the shelf, your character starts running outside of the building. You can't think you clicked on the ground behind the wall where the shelf is. Oh, pardon me. Assassin's Creed's coming out today or tomorrow. Or tomorrow, the day after. Also, Hammer's back. Hello, Hammer. Controlling if your character should run or walk can be quite annoying. There's always an always run button that is turned off by default and resets every time you start the game. Please, Jesus, why? No worries, Frankenstein. So it happens quite often your character tries to casually walk away from an enemy that kills you in a few hits. I played Assassin's Creed game, but I heard that the new ones aren't too great. Yeah. It's the whole thing of, you know, it's like RPG elements and what's otherwise an action game, which basically just means you have to like run a guy through, stabbing him through the lung like 3 times before he dies. I dropped off the series at 3. I actually really liked and still do like Assassin's Creed 2. And its little follow-ons, Brotherhood and Revelations. But I like them. 3 just really rubbed me the wrong way in a lot of ways. Assassin's Creed 1 was okay. Janky and a bit awkward by now, and a bit hard to go back to after 2. I heard from David that 4 is actually really rad because it's a pirate game. And, well, we know what Unity's like. And then beyond that, it's just what I've heard. I think I was given a copy of Odyssey for buying my GPU. That or was the Division 2, I forget which. Which might be a thing to do more with stream on, but I feel like if I do it for in a few minutes, just to be ironic, like someone who actually likes the game will come in and be quite upset. Yes, I've caught up now. We played standalone DLC for Black Flag and didn't really impress. He didn't watch the VOD. Hammer didn't watch the VOD, he doesn't know the secret. Just gonna have to get out of the car and down there. The monkey squirrels. You wanna know? You wanna make me go all the way through. But first, country ham will satisfy a moderate amount of your hunger. Yeah, we did. And it came up when this was announced in the Nintendo E3 Direct. Welcome back, Frankenstein. See if I can remember the way. Oh, no, there's a map. Where's the back exit? Pretty sure it leads us out that way, so we must go probably one of these doors. Actually, let's go straight out that one. No. The things you must do to fish next to home. Life, hunger, and tiredness. Probably try and acquire one of those while he's open, but I forget when he's baking biscuits and when he's not. I think that will hold me. By the gods, I will fish. You will not stop. The rain shall hide the noise of my gunshot. This is for a side quest. I forget how to initiate the side quest.
This fog. There's something very mesmerizing about it.
It's a daisy.
I wonder what it's called. I'll take one with me and ask someone later.
5, no name. Do you trust him? I trust him. Is it heavy rain? 4 heavy rain? I think. Actually, I'm pretty sure heavy rain might predate it by a month. Actually, no, it might not, because heavy rain was 2010, wasn't it? Let's have a look. Rain was February 2010. I know it was just a joke and all, but I am already curious. Oh, wait, did that initial release date in the West or initial release date in Japan? Yeah, that is initial. So they're literally the same year, a month apart. Or not even like a few days. Yeah, like they were incredibly close. That article picture you posted. Yeah. I mean, spot on, isn't it? The music and the weather just go so well together. Gotta be some bastard in here, come on. Conventional wisdom from other video games tells me that the biggest and mightiest of all fish spawn whenever the rain summons them. By that I mean Animal Crossing. Basically, although I'm beginning to wonder, does time actually pass while you're fishing or not? I forget. I'm pretty sure it does. Although really, I'm also just doing it to get, you know, fishing in here. Frick. We got a shovel. That didn't cost a lot. I do love that you literally just bring up a 3D model of like a flat block with the item thing on it. It's a particular kind of charm. Ah, ball, it. Ah, balls. It might be, because I retweeted something from Hammer in there, and I'm pretty sure it was the article one. Oh wait, no, the one I retweeted from Hammer was the language image joke. About it. Oh, what's the term? That is a good one. God damn it. Oh yeah. What about articles? Right, I see. Yeah. Because there was one I retweeted, it was screenshots of articles. English is fun. Wait, is it on? I'm going crazy. Please help. Hey. Yeah. Tell ya, man, pollution of the environment is something else. America's so desperate to pollute and also denies people healthcare at the same time, they're storing like just first aid kits packed with medical gear into the fucking lakes. The dedication to denying people basic necessities. Really, I guess you have to hit it on that chocolate thing. Oh, either the chocolate or the bullets next to it. It's not in time with the games and it gets to me. That's probably a bit of the delay going on between recording and shit, because I'm trying to do it in time to as I hear it coming out of the TV. I'm not exactly on or anything, but I'm close enough. At least I think so. It's just such a good tune to whistle though, isn't it? Study recently where they asked people learning German what they like about them. Fuck it. Nah, you have to do it on. I mean, it is randomized, but you'd have to basically do it on the board. Another shovel. Learning German what they like about the language, what their favorite word is. Schlüssel. What word is that? Or is it shovel? Currently my favorite word. It's key. Ah. Holly Oxford. It's a trading card. You notice there's no fish in this fishing spot. Months of the year today. Oh yeah, because you learn time overall. The learned time overall are exactly the same as in English. That's a bit cosmic. What ones are different then? Let's tap out and see where we are for time, and also, I mean, not yet. Like, did that even do anything? I don't think it did actually. Oh well. I mean, let's do a bit more. See if we can actually get some little fish. And then, I don't know, I'll just go to the community center and smoke. People like hard descriptive German. It was like Handschuhe, meaning glove, but literally translates to handshoe. Yeah. I noticed that like about a lot of German words, like Flammenwerfer for flamethrower, it's literally just flamethrower, isn't it? Or something like that. It's like they're just very straightforward, which is nice. Hey, January is different as are February and March. Curious. May is May. October is October, of course. Should have called that one. But yeah, basically fuck all the difference, honestly. Alright, we're now further out into the river. Lake, whatever the fuck. Yeah, it's still the same. I should have called October given the whole Oktoberfest thing. Let's check what time it is. The Indian time. 10:27. And then just doing a bunch of fishing and see if it has changed. It probably does. I never noticed because the fishing side quests are kind of like, there's no time pressure, just go do it, bring it back whenever you have your film. The big fish. Little fish symbol in there. Really, you'd have to hit it on that block of emeralds. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So it really is mostly the same thing, just like a letter change, just one missing here and there. Only like one or two being significantly different. Get it on the middle end of the face and might be able to wrangle the fish. Hey! Yeah, by the way. Which one is that? Oh, meds. Or Bernard? Merits. Marts. Merits. Along those lines. Fish. There's dinner. TZ, because that's what Z sounds like, or Z sounds like in German. Yeah, fuck. Good to know, though. Good to know. Something almost correctly. It's a Christmas miracle. One day, I'll do it. One day. Maybe on Christmas Day itself. You know. That's gonna Oh no, I got a 3-step that time. Probably the word was schmettering. Well, what does that mean then? No, fish. Wow, we only hold one person. And to memorize the correct pronoun for every bloody word. So when you say correct pronoun, I guess you mean like sort of the French one where it's gendered, or like maybe not gendered, but something similar. Butterfly. Ah. Any animal of the letter opera family didn't do that at all. Shit. I knew it. I knew it. Lepidoptera family, including moths. Yep. I mean, okay, that advanced 13 minutes of in-game time. So I think it actually slows time down while you're fishing. Might even drop it to real time. Fishing is the realest of all things. I've not actually fished in real life, but that's in part because it's a bit of a hassle in Northern Ireland. It's a bit of a hassle. Being I don't have a car, I would need to like, because you know I can't drive to one of these things. I would need to get like a fishing rod. You need to get like a fishing license, and you have to like pay for that. Depending on what you want, one for like game fishing or like just sport fishing, I think is the distinction, something like that. And a lot of regulations and shit you have to abide by, and it's just kind of like a. I say yeah, I would go for it if I could reach any sort of fishing spot. You do have to get a fishing license, yeah. At least, yeah. If you're fishing, like above, all above board, you do have to get like a fishing license and go to an appointed fishery or fishing zone. As I looked into this, it was like, hey, what does it entail to fish? What have you done with my car? I'm not. Is that a blind ruse over here still? Or is it just sucked it into the void? I might have just sucked it into the void. I mean, I didn't want to take this card. If it's the same one as before, this one has like only a third of this time. We'll just have to take the I don't know, the Rover, the Jeep, whatever the fuck it is. Oh, no, this is ours. Yeah, it did auto park, which means it just consumed the old one then. The one that had like no fuel left. I mean, hey, I don't know. Anyway, we caught a fish, and among all and multiple shovels. So let's go. I wish he whistled the whistling tune. But yeah. So we got a fish. We got like 2 shovels and some other crap. Might as well. Call it there. Go smoke it up outside the community center. Yeah, basically, like, it would be getting to a fishing zone. So until I have all, the actual transport of my own sorted, that's when I would consider looking into like a fishing license and giving it a shot. Whoop. Probably wouldn't go for one that's like, oh, you can. This is a one where you can catch like and bring home a fish or whatever. If only because that would need to be somewhat competent at actually cooking and shit to make any use of that. So a driving test, I can offer to drive. Can't promise I won't crash though. I mean, hey, I'll take it. I've been with Connor in his car when he was like newer to driving. I've been through parking disasters where it took like a solid 2-3 minutes of reversing and advancing just very slowly, wiggling the car just out of place. Yes, like, that should be a fun thing to do, fishing. You can easily understand people that don't use the correct articles, so you don't need to worry about it. People always make an unnecessarily big deal out of it. People think that you speak the language, well, you still need to learn them. Of course. That's true, it's better that the car was wiggling than not Connor. Hello, my hip is rolling over and over. Yeah. Male, female, and neutral, I think. I forget if French had. I think the closest French had to a neutral one was actually just a plural one. The plural ones, rather. It is. I've fallen off of the saddle, like trying to do the Japanese one. I need to get back onto that. I have to try again for next year. I'm always impressed by, we have two examples here, Hammer and Amamli, who like, English is not the main language from where they come from, but like, fucking look at them. They more or less have it nailed, and it's kind of like, oh fuck, look at me. Just knowing English and that's it. Endlessly impressed with people who learn our shit heap of a language on top of whatever, like the one is from where they come from. Like the right cigarettes. How about in video games? My English. I've heard that one a lot. That people learn English from like video games mainly. I guess in a sense, so did I. Because, that fish. There's noise. They'd have English as in schools, those were my best scores. I don't know anyone except my grandparents in real life that speak less than 2 languages. That's nuts to me. In real life, well, I guess technically in real life, because if someone came over to visit, he knows what. Portuguese, English, French? It's 3, you might know another. And then there is, a local real-life friend who he studied French in university. is quite good at it, as I remember. English speakers are just uneducated weirdos. Yeah, basically. I mean, you know, when the local alternatives are Irish and then quote-unquote Ulster Scots, which is just English but in a stupid accent, and you garble some words. You know, what can you do, really? Automod did not like this, not. Yeah, though, seriously, fuck Irish. Like, it's as a language, it's just an asshole. Just in general. I love our culture, I love all of it, but just fuck the language itself. Across the border to the Netherlands, almost everyone speaks fluent Dutch, German, and English. Interesting. Mercury Theater. I'm decent Spanish. Fair. I've tried my hands at French, Irish, and Japanese. The Japanese are one that stuck most in that I know where I can't really. I can speak it if I have it, see it in Romaji. Well, speak it. I can read it
on stage like this
if I see it in
elementary
Romaji.
school.
I'm shit at
I met some
remembering
tree in the wind this time either.
Hiragana and katakana.
That was a tough
God
one.
help me for kanji.
That was a piece of scenery. Bright red tree.
Alas.
Thank you all for coming today.
I can only
Getting right
vaguely
down
read
to
French,
business.
okay?
Agent Morgan.
By vaguely, I
from the
mean just
Federal
saying like
Bureau
scraps of words in like the
Investigations
general sentence structure.
wishes to speak with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
The Japanese have got to the
Some
point
of
where I
you
can
are
listen to
already
the
aware by now
Japanese
of the
speaking in
tragic
media, and
murder
if there's
on
English
the ground.
subtitles provided, I will
Truly,
I will
it's
like hear
terrible
differences not every now and then, and that will get to me.
I've come to this town to solve the murder of this young, beautiful girl. And to
French
bring
in
the
school
one
lost most of it.
responsible to justice.
So the Germans are quite shit when it comes to languages, because most only speak German and English. I mean, you know, there is the English, or like the English speakers ourselves.
Unfortunately,
So, hey.
incidents like these have a tendency to happen again. I asked to have you gathered here so I can share some advice in order to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents. Firstly, please, stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated
I like how he's also written that the direct cause of death was a loss of blood
Those of
from the
you with
wound.
children, especially of Anna's age, please guide your children away from such places at all costs. Secondly, avoid going out when it is raining. Now, I've heard the folklore story of the raincoat killer. There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to see more victims.
And singer. It's one way to start your career. Just make your own bar and then make yourself the singer of it. I know, these camera angles are wild, aren't they?
Who's the fashionably late one?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
Thomas's sister.
Excuse me. So, as I have said, avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thomas does go on. I can't, like,
When paying for our
take this
sins, we
down. I
must
can't
not
hear him.
frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt.
I like the touch that he clearly has a little.
When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
He has like the little, you know, text to speech, you know, little palm top thing on his wheelchair, but he still has a guy just speaking like poetic rhyme for him.
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
Well, generally, they have at least 3 languages in their lives, but they probably forget at least one of them because they never use it. It's what happened with me when it comes to Latin and French. But I also don't like French, so I didn't care about remembering it. I should probably talk to the people. Well, let's chat to these before we drop down. I always wish we had learned Spanish or Dutch in school instead
Your
of
words
French.
really made me think about Anna's death again. How could one do such a terrible thing? I'm still in shock.
Our school
Thomas,
briefly
I
had a
forgot to ask.
Latin.
You don't have a tattoo on your back, do you?
Tattoo? I do, actually.
We briefly had Latin.
Could
'cause
you
it's
show
like
it
a
to me, please?
What?
Catholic
Now?
all-boys school
Here?
that purports to be like
Yes,
high-minded.
please.
But they took
This
it
is
away
vital
because not
for
enough
our
students were
investigation.
taking it. Right at the very year where I applied to do it, because I was like, oh yeah, Latin, let's do that.
Okay. If it's gonna help you any.
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that,
Did it tell you anything?
Tease the man.
it told me that you didn't kill Anna.
Of course not. What are you saying?
Why is everyone so weird about showing their backs? I don't know.
You ought to see that tattoo, Zach.
Well, in this
A big heart
instance,
with an arrow through it and Love G in the center.
I don't know when he got that done, but we've all been through the 80s.
I mean, in this instance, it's like, you know, that's a embarrassing tattoo to show, I guess. And George had his scars, but everyone else is like, you can't see backs, you know, like, you can't do that. And it's just kind of like, well, why? That coffee you saw in the cutscene, we can't take it. How did I do that typo? Lord knows. Alright, Skeletor, what do you got?
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
This Combine-looking motherfucker.
Mr. Francis York Moore. The purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine, that is, Mr. Stewart's time, not mine. But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with Mr. Stewart, may that be informative and fruitful, you will see. So says Mr. Stewart.
It really is a Combine mask,
Harry,
isn't it?
You know something. But there's some reason why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We could force you to talk, you know.
Can you? He's rich. And this is America.
Mr. Francis York Moore.
Get on.
Pay close attention to the signs, the omens, and the premonitions.
The premonitions.
Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
This is both correct. And really sad.
Agent York, are you finished asking questions yet? When you're done, let me know. We'll all get dinner.
I don't think you can talk to anyone else. You can just stare at them. Even this interesting fellow. Our agent sense just lets us know who matters and who doesn't. And by which I mean they don't have unique designs until, you know, York decides they're important.
Agent Morgan, here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk. Don't let it go to waste.
Although, you can't really talk to any of them now, I see, might as well bump on. The only one who's mattered is knocked off for the day. Emily. Unless there is, I'm wrong. I said, where is she? Where's your Carol? I think she's the one you need to talk to now. Or am I wrong? I might be wrong on that. Alright, now here they are. Right. This scene I have mostly forgotten. I'm kind of with you on that one,
I'm
Hammer.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
So Anna was killed. But why does that bring the FBI here?
Oh, you sound like a suspect, Quint.
I have an interest in murder cases involving young women.
Well, you know, man, this might just be another case to you. But it means the death of a friend to me. I don't want you taking this lightly like it's just another case.
I never take anything of this nature lightly, I assure you. I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah, because local enforcement can't shine their own boots,
It's Code Steel
right?
3, wasn't it?
Can't
I forget if 1 and 2 are
always
already
count
on
the
Switch.
police, but that doesn't mean you're going to capture the perpetrator yourself. Quint.
How do you know my name?
I memorized the name of every citizen before arriving in town. I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
Buy the previous ones on PC.
Sorry if I was a little harsh.
I'm gonna buy them. It was confirmed.
wanna
I'm
help,
coming
I
to
do.
anything I own. It is
Okay.
3, yeah.
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you how I knew his name. He's got a small Q on his hat. And that was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's name. I can read him like a book, Zach.
Owned. But yeah, I was just gonna get all of them on PS4 because I think
You're
all
York, right?
4 of them are
I'm
gonna be
Richard
on,
Dunn,
or all
the
on
owner of
there.
the darts
No,
bar.
are going to be.
Area 65.
Done with the Trail in the Skies games. Got 2 recent. I still need to start that entire fucking franchise.
How'd you like the town?
Oh, it's great. Aside from the murder that happened.
At some
here.
point. At some point.
Murder just doesn't fit with a small town like ours.
Well, Richard, I'll have to correct you on that.
They are great.
Crime
So I've heard. I've heard
Big
incredible things about them.
town, small town, just isn't a factor.
I guess you're right.
So, how did you know Anna?
I've known her since she was a child. She was the same age as my son. You know, she always stood out, being pretty and all, just like her mother, Sally.
What do you know about Sally?
Well, I went all through school with her right here in
Impossible
town.
being a gamer.
I never thought our children would
He
be the
does
same
not.
age.
I don't see her here today.
Ah, well, see, she lost her husband.
Transfer
and
your
this time it's her
CFI
daughter.
from 1 to 2 and
She's
2
at
to
home
3.
right now, trying to make
Ooh.
peace with it all.
You seem to know a lot. How long have you been in love with her?
Hey, don't go there. That scar of yours tells me you got your hands full too, right? Let's not dive into personal matters. It'll be better for you and me.
You're right, Richard. Collecting gossip won't help with the matter at hand.
That is pretty rad, though. I'll have to grab the 3 of them. I have to transfer 1 CFI from Steam to 2 on Good Old Games. Oh, was it took a bit of fiddling? Fair enough. I was gonna say it wasn't particularly fussy.
Good evening, Agent.
He's not an insomniac. He's just a mime.
Good evening, Mr.
Brian.
A former mime.
Brian.
Mr. Brian. I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
That's a reference.
Anna. Oh, she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave.
The triangle
so
brilliance.
sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna, her smile, so warm. Anna, blonde hair, so
That would be a yes. He's just one word away from, just one stumble away from going Bruins.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it out.
Yeah, no. That's too screechingly obvious to be a murderer. Just gonna pinch your cigarettes, don't mind me. What is that weird humming? It definitely comes from the stream. If I mute it, it goes away. Humming. I mean, there is an ambient one in the game right now. Like that very low, like... That's the game at present. Smoke up.
Anna was an airhead.
The only alternative is it is my
What do you
cat
mean?
snores.
Are you saying she was killed because she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead, even in heaven. She changed her hair every day. If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face. Always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
I did look at the Steam page. I haven't bought it yet.
Isaac and
But I'm
Jade
definitely
said that Anna was
definitely like on the list to get.
a goddess.
So it definitely like intrigued. The humming is gone. Well, the one in the game is still there. Now let's do the old test. Do you still hear it? No, okay, so it is the game's one. It's not my cat snoring. Yeah, that's just in this area, so apologies, it's going to persist. Although I'm almost done for the night anyway, because I have things to do. This will be a decent cap-off point anyway. Once we're done chatting to everyone.
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
The general.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the general. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero. So why are you living here?
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown.
Or the streets,
Your little
if I hear
speech,
right.
you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, and a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happened in this town.
It is.
Fighting for my country and Vietnam
interested.
War should not go together.
Can you tell me more about
Yeah.
You kids today
You know
don't
what they're
even know how
like.
to ask for something right.
Americans.
Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit.
One thing, though.
calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
I need to clip that. Raw power. He literally exudes raw power.
Agent York, you make any progress?
More just dead.
Of course.
I can't handle this. I'm sorry, I'm
But tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
That's still undecided. Sally isn't really in any condition to do it right now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Anna was the sole reason.
I mean, I am gonna finish after this if you want to tap out, because it's just
She's probably
destroying
holed
you.
up at home.
I don't blame you with these noises like this.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working
You're not,
person,
don't
too.
seem that older than him,
Everyone
like
thinks
York.
he's some
Who are
kind
you to
of
talk?
weirdo. But I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day. But I do. He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
He's right
You didn't?
there.
Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. You must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
York
You don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Why is he the one taken aback by them staring at him?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around here call me the gunsmith.
Panda Bear. It's a curious one.
Was there something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this?
America.
I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
One of those little things where you can just tell, you know. Got me so hard. It's one of those ones where you can tell, like, you know, the writer for this isn't American, is he? Oh well, can't even send him to the toolbox. I'll buy some of those lollipops though. You get more guns as you go up.
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder people come from all around.
More unlock as
Today,
you
a
do
customer
shit
paid
and
me to go to
progress.
Seattle for some help. I just got back.
I see. Well, I'll be sure to visit your store sometime. I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it. The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
I think the night shift for a gun shop is very suspect in its own way. And then there's this fucking lunatic.
Yeah! Hey there, FBI. I'm Keith Ingram.
FBI Special
This
Agent
human
Francis York
disaster.
Morgan. Please, call me York. That's what everyone always calls me.
Okay, York. No problem, man.
So, Keith.
Man.
I hear you run the Milk Barn convenience store.
That's right, man. Rock and roll!
Do you sell raincoats there by any chance?
Yeah, but nobody ever buys them, though. Anyone who wears one of them, I say, just ain't a rocker. But you know, that scar of yours. Now that scar rocks.
This scar rocks? Now that's a new one. I'll drop by your store soon, and let's talk then.
Yeah, cool, man. Rock on, FBI!
Just cluing you in.
You're Isaac and Isaiah's mother?
Yes, I'm Lily.
I don't know how that man gave birth to those kids, but there you go.
I'm FBI Special Agent...
Agent York, right?
You are good.
She
The
was
handsome
listening.
special
She was right
agent in a
there.
Big city. The facial scar trademark. The way you introduce yourself. Everyone's talking about you.
Well, I can't say much about the scar. But the way I introduce myself, Zach and I consider it a kind
Yeah,
of
this
ritual of
instead.
sorts.
Raw power.
Everyone has their own rituals. It's like always leaving the house left foot first. It's one of those things.
You certainly are a funny one.
I do like that little line of it. Like everyone has their
So,
rituals.
have you noticed anything strange around
That's
the
a
place
line
recently?
that speaks to
Well,
me. 'Cause
Becky's
I'm
been
that
taking
sort
a
of
couple
person.
of days off from work, but aside
I
from
almost
that, I
will
heard
weird
she was in
rituals for
shock
doing
after
things.
the murder. But,
You think there's something else?
well, I took the boys along to see her today. She's always so kind to them, and they love seeing her too. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the three of them. I just couldn't understand it.
Not concerning at
That's
all.
Interesting. Thank you, Lily.
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Jim.
Jim, thanks for your help in the forest. How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I
Must be
can.
difficult with that,
Their
Dad.
mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often. And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I have to, in order to do my job. But I understand what you mean.
I don't take kindly to your type
I'd think the
around
same
here.
if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
Suppose it comes with the territory.
Hello again, Agent York. How are you?
Good, thanks. And you?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good today.
Well, that's good to hear. Do you have any information that could help me
These
out?
do change a bit if you spoke to
Information?
them or not
Sounds
before, by the
difficult
way.
and not my kind of conversation. Anyways, you should come by the gas stand again. I'll give you the best service in town.
Zach, perhaps you can tell me. Why did she bother coming here?
Not good.
I ain't got nothing
Another
to tell
disaster.
the cops.
The Raging Bull.
What about the FBI?
Shut up.
At least give me your name.
I'm Jack. They call me Raging Bull.
That's a manly nickname.
If you want info, it'll cost you. I only talk to Ben Franklin.
You know,
He looks like a
first
cigar.
impressions are important. I can detain you for a few days, and maybe you'll become more fun to meet.
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
You can pay him, and you do need to like pay him for advancing the whole quest line about them too. And then there's this one.
Oh my pot is getting cold. Hey, mister, my pot is getting cold.
You are... who?
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney. Sigourney.
Sigourney. Okay. Now, what is the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting. I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really, she takes the cake. Amazing.
And her nickname's the Pot Lady, but which kind of pot?
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little
Sigourney
of a
kinda
play I
speaks for
saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
The obvious.
Oh,
King Henry IV, Part 1.
no, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So,
Spend an
what's your
entire
favorite
hour
play?
talking about the bull.
I almost forgot,
Part
Mr.
1 of
Morgan.
King Henry
We're going to
IV.
have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready. Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
So some speed on her.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
Let's see, who we're missing?
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
They had a different intro that time.
Olivia, Nick's wife.
Nick's wife.
Anna worked at your husband's diner, right? What kind of girl was she?
Well, she was a very hard worker. A nice girl.
Did you ever see her acting strange?
Well, not really. But there was one thing. Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard. Anyway, Anna always seemed unfocused the day after it rained. And came in late, too. It was almost as if she used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange.
Used
Did
up
that
all the
legendary
energy.
monster really
Oh.
kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
You must be Nick.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. I presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna worked at?
That's right.
Yes.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Anna Graham. Did you notice anything strange about her prior to the incident?
I watched this YouTube
Yeah.
video about why Walmart
Are you
completely
hiding
failed in
something?
Germany,
No,
which is
no.
hilarious on one hand, but also made me rethink my opinion on the UK, where
You're sure?
Walmart is apparently fairly successful.
I'm sorry.
That's
I don't
weird to
like
me
to be
because at
honest.
least in Northern Ireland I've never seen a Walmart or even heard of them. The UK is at least a bit civilized. Walmart's anti-union, which is not a thing in Germany. No big company in
Agent
Germany is
Morgan?
not closely tied together with a
Michael, let
union.
everyone
They
go.
complained about Germans being communists
Let's
for
go
having
outside.
unions. UK isn't so closely intertwined between like company and unions, but unions are A, quite present, and B, fairly powerful here. And also fairly active as well. But if they're here, I've never seen them in Northern Ireland at least, unless like they own a different shop chain and are operating through that. So I'd never heard of Walmart until I was really online and began talking to Americans, really, or like seeing American media and American internet posts and shit. American companies are just a disaster. This they generally, like, this is real. America, if anything, is just a disaster, really. High quality beef.
Well then, Agent York, do you have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need to contact HQ and give a progress report, too.
Okay, then let's call it a day here.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, the owner of the art gallery, should be back soon.
All right, then. Let's do that.
Hold on, Agent York. We're going out to eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
Diner? It might be
Profit margin was much
Thomas
lower in
is a
Germany
great cook,
because
but
German
Nick is the
workers get
real
higher
deal.
wages.
No
Fucking
visit to
Cosmo.
Greendale is complete
Of
without
course they
eating
were
at
shitting about that.
A very appealing proposition. Zach, what do you think? We can always go back to the hotel after eating dinner, or go directly back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
Let's eat with it.
I've been sheriff here for a
Look
long
at that
time
burger.
now. And this is the worst murder I've
I'm
ever
just
seen.
fucking tanking into it.
Our town is a little odd in some ways, but it's usually a peaceful place.
We had our fair share of cases, but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn, maybe. Or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor. Nothing more than that.
Agent York, what kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
Not much different from those you've just mentioned. The case I was on until last month, well, the guy killed 7 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off from the neck and took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and used them as utensils in his daily life, to eat from or as a urine cup. He hated women. That was his way of dealing with it. He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum, then he'd down it in one gulp. For him, that was a holy ritual.
Holy ritual.
The question of his mental state was the pivotal point in the court case.
See, they're all reacting with like, oh, I can't eat my food, that was a horror, but like, why would I consider that fucked up? It wouldn't stop me from eating anything or drinking anything.
Skulls.
I mean, that's just me.
That is one thing.
And the point of the fucking bottle.
Those he had used to relieve himself, he would then just use them to drink from, too.
Ramen, piss, holiest of rituals.
It's just not sanitary.
Not sanitary. That's probably
It was
not
very
the problem for most
unsanitary,
of us.
God.
What else? Ah, yes. An ingenious law school student raped over 800 victims. That was a nasty one.
Thank you, Agent York. Now, let's talk about something else.
So you just
You
smoking
don't wanna
off
hear
at the
anymore?
table?
That's a shame, isn't it, Zach? I was just about to get to the good part, too.
Sounds like you live in a totally different world. I mean, you're like an elite agent who just jumped out from a movie or something. In your eyes, we must look like we're just playing cops and robbers. I give up. I can't compete with you.
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A crime is a crime. Size doesn't matter. There is no big and small.
From what towards the avoiding? Pretty much nothing stops me from eating.
Crimes
I
always
respect
have
that.
a criminal.
I don't know, it'd have to be like very specific,
No victim will ever welcome a crime.
I'd have to be seeing like very specific visuals that really, really
So,
tightly resemble the
fundamentally,
food to make
there
me
is
like, turn
no
off from eating
difference
it.
in size.
Because otherwise I'd just keep fucking eating it.
Well said, Agent Morgan. We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town.
I didn't miss it, so it's gonna scan.
You understand that, right?
Let me scroll up a wee bit. So whether some company guidelines are straight up illegal, like workers not being allowed to have romantic relationships with one another, and workers having to report others if they break rules.
Same level of
Fucking hell.
Me.
I don't know how America
neither.
functions, honestly.
I never even dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town. I keep on expecting to see Anna here in this diner, waiting on tables.
Propaganda, yeah.
Excuse us, Agent Morgan. We should have made dinner a more uplifting.
He did start on the
okay.
rum and piss skull story, so hey, you know. Kind of goes all around. You know, I have the phrase "Roman piss skull story" to rely on and have context to explain. Ah. Probably park the car somewhere nearby. I'll be fucked if I know. There we go. Then next save point will be us. I forget if he has any like present dialogue for this writing section. If he does, we'll mill about it and see. I think the car is stuck on
Zach,
him.
if you notice anything,
Nah,
just
he's
stop
clean.
me.
Alright, off we go. That is the game. I was curious. Alright. Always forget about that, Dad. No, there's the other way. So go tap out, go on the out road. It's this way to the out road. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, whoops, I'm clipping the hill. I'm gonna have to look that up after this. Because I'm curious, because if Walmart actually are here and actually doing things, I'm kind of curious, because I've never seen or even heard of them being in Northern Ireland. There's no TV, adverts, just nothing. Not a whisper. So either like they just own a different brand here, or Walmart is Asda. Ah, okay.
Zach, we can take a rest if you're tired.
There you go. Oh yeah, no, I know. Fuck Asda. Although, fair. It's not really any Asdas near us for us to actually use. By us, I mean my family, not like the entirety of us in Belfast or whatever. It's just all Tesco's and M&S and more Tesco's actually. Like, it's basically all Tesco's and occasionally Macy's. And if you're feeling fancy, a Sainsbury's, but the Sainsbury's is a while out. One of the biggest points why Walmart failed is probably because they have weird greeters that greet you at the door and employees have to smile at every customer, which is insanely creepy. One German person in the comments said that if someone at the door of a supermarket immediately smiled at them and said hi, they would never go there again, which I completely understand. I would be weirded out. I would be like, Before I came to Belfast, Asda is a bigger thing outside of Belfast than Tesco. That's curious to me. Then again, I haven't spent any extensive time outside of Belfast, so I'd already been in a Tesco before I came here. That's weird to me. Because it's basically just all Tesco's here. It's like, well, like Royal Avenue has like a giant Tesco's and a Tesco Express on it. Yorkgate has a Tesco's. It's the main shop at Tesco's. At Yorkgate even. Up by my sister in Andrewstown. Andrewstown? I forget. No. Oh, fuck, what is it? It's not Andrewstown. Oh god, the name escapes me. There's a Tesco's up that way as well, whatever. Out by where David was, there's like a giant Tesco's. Like an even gianter Tesco's. Near Connor is a fairly giant Tesco's. And there's a lot of fucking Tesco's. Not gonna know, mate. Not gonna go, mate. Smoke up and get to work. And that Pokemon Sword post ain't gonna write itself. That's where the big Tesco is. It's the one near David. Ah, okay.
Okay then, Zach. Let's go back over our progress.
First, the victim. Anna's
Someone
death.
once said the Americans just like being
was
fake
found hanging
shoes, so
from a
they
tree
enjoy
in the
fake
forest.
smiles. Yeah,
She
it
was
sounds
cut
about
open
right,
with a knife
honestly.
From her chest down to her stomach. That was the direct cause of death. The strangulation marks.
Over
and
here,
skull
it's just
fracture
like
were
people want to
caused
just get on
after
with their
death.
business. They don't fuck us
Her
about
tongue
it.
was also bit off, and I found something inside her mouth.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
That's
Yes,
right.
you actually have to
I
answer
found the same
questions.
red seed in her mouth.
Which is something I really like.
According to Emily, it was raining when Anna was killed. But traces
The
of
Americans in the
tears were
comments
still
complaining
evident
about the
on her
greeters and
face.
fake smiles. It's probably just one of
Which
those
means the
things where like
killed Anna under a roof.
American marketers assume Americans
And then carried her body
want
into the
everything to be
woods after
angry and cool and edgy, and also assume Americans are fucking
We found
stupid.
numerous important pieces
So
of
they have to
evidence
like,
at the
you know,
site of the
do
crime.
stuff like change Philosopher's
Total
Stone
of
to
4
Sorcerer's Stone and shit like that. Because well, what the
Knee
fuck?
prints
The
in the
fuck's a
grass.
philosopher?
A wood chip with metal dust. A photo of a man with a tattoo on his back, and one other thing. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
That's right. A broken stiletto heel.
Especially large amount of
Combining
Americans
this with the other
seem to be
evidence
exactly
suggests
that fucking stupid. I
two
mean,
people came into contact with
yeah,
Anna's body
but
prior
I
to
wonder
it
if
being
it's like
discovered by us.
not a chicken and egg scenario where like
Those being
the assumptions that they're
who
always
killed
fucking
Anna
stupid is not just created scenarios to breed the fucking stupid. You know what I
There was
mean?
also the possibility that a third party carried Anna to the woods.
Say,
That means we could
Harry
be
Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, you know, the title it was originally written under here in the UK and all,
In any case, the stiletto heel may have vital
was
information.
changed to Harry Potter and the
Need to find her
Sorcerer's Stone
next.
for the American release. Because the
Didn't
marketers
use
there
forensic
assumed
methods,
Americans
but
didn't
we're
know
still
what a
closing in
philosopher
on the
was and wouldn't understand what philosophy is, so they had to change it to sorcerer because otherwise they wouldn't get it.
Have I forgotten anything?
Ah, of course. The marks on her hand tell us that Anna was gripping something when she died.
I'm not kidding, that's
Do you
the
remember
actual
that, Zach?
explanation. That one always sticks out to me.
What do you think she was holding on to? That's right. A round object.
Sigh.
The marks on her hand suggest a peace mark. The man in the photo found in the woods had a tattoo of an upside-down peace mark on his back. These two could well be related. But we don't know for sure. Next, the townfolk.
In German, it's called
few
Stein
worthy
der
of special
Weisheit, which
attention.
means Stone of the Wise. That's fitting enough. I'd
Singer
say
and bar owner. She's
Yeah.
Thomas's sister.
philosophers why
Then
being
there's
wise and
Nick
all that.
Cormack, the owner of the diner. Both of them seem to be hiding something. There's Diane, the owner of the art gallery, who's out of town. Then we have problematic, old, rich, and eccentric Harry.
He's
Both
so
really tough
problematic.
to crack.
His opinions on
Well, we just have
minorities
to go
are
one by
just
one.
horrifying.
I've been thinking, one of the biggest rewards here is the fantastic food. Enjoying food is cultural, and yet it's also a bit uncivilized. It's interesting how good food motivates me to work harder during investigations.
Oh.
I would have thought
and
like
on
enjoying
Emily's
food is
back,
actually quite civilized.
It was strange to me. Hey, don't take that the wrong way, Zach. I wasn't getting all excited or anything.
Excited.
But it did make me feel strange. Nostalgic and sad almost.
I saw sorrow on a woman's back. It reminded me of my childhood of
I think this
depression.
case may take a while.
The woman's back, it represents the loss of innocence. It's the actual translation of Philosopher's Stone, which is obviously not invented by Rowling. Yeah, of course. I was actually wondering about that, if that was the actual translation or just one the translators came up with to fit. Alright. Yeah. Died once at, it was the...
Are you thirsty?
quick time event thing. I forget how many scenes this game chained together. I know it could have stopped there, but like it saved and then didn't pause, and now we've seen this scene, so it's kind of like, might as well follow through. Yeah, it was a quick time event. It was the one where it teaches you to like how to hold your breath to avoid the shadow nightmares, but I slipped and it just, you know, my finger slipped off of the correct trigger button, and I was like, oh well, fuck you.
Who are you?
Don't you start with
My
me, Emily.
name is Becky.
Are you Ames?
What are you doing here?
My name is Becky.
Anna's friend?
My name is Becky.
Burns his suit. Burns his suit.
You must do what you must do. Take a sip of coffee.
Take coffee, you bastard. And then he did.
Huh?
My God. I don't know, it might be Cassandra. A cookie from the theater of the mind. We now entered episode 2, part 1.
me.
Duel your young self.
That's me when it happened.
Got a beard growing. And a fine mustache.
Zach, this case looks like it's directly related to us. I do not know how yet, but I do know I need some coffee.
So you invented a new HDD is twice as fast as a normal HDD.
George said he'd have someone pick us up in the parking lot.
So are we on like fucking...
Let's get some breakfast with Polly first.
1440 RPM now? Forget what the top previous regular consumer speed was. At any rate. Yeah, that rolled on like almost a full half hour longer than I thought it would, because it's kind of like, there'll be a thing there, but I forgot how many scenes are just chained together with nary a pause between. Alright, that'll be me for the night. That's a deadly premonition. Things are beginning to heat up. My next stream will be either Sunday or Monday. Hopefully Sunday. If it's not, I'll let you know. If it's not Sunday, I'll just be roll over to Monday. And the stream after that, like whatever the stream after that, will probably be pretty close to it because I'll be busy towards the end of next week. Oh, you know, Wednesday and Thursday. But yeah. So Sunday, if not then Monday. One of the two. Alright. Thanks for watching, thanks for coming out, and good night everyone. See yous Sunday. Bye.